Good morning to everyone, to our University President, Honorable Noel Marjan Igyasi, to our Campus Administrator, Dr. Lester Cabonilas, the Deans of our different colleges, our dedicated faculty and staff, our beloved parents, families and guardians, fellow students, and most especially to the graduates of school year 2026 to 2027, a warm and heartfelt congratulations to all of us. Today is not just a celebration of a degree. Today is a celebration of every morning we woke up when we wanted to stay in bed, every assignment we finished, even our minds were already tired, every examination we faced when trembling hands, every time we questioned ourselves and whispered, "Kaya pa ba nako?" And somehow, despite everything, we are here. We made it. And if there is one word that can summarize not only our journey as a students, but also the journey that brought us here, it is a simple but powerful Filipino word, padayon. Padayon means to continue, to move forward, to keep going. But for me, padayon is more than just a word. It is a story. It is the story of students who came from different backgrounds, different struggles, different dreams, and different reasons for entering this university. And today, I want to share what padayon means to me. The letter P stands for Pangandoy. Before we became graduates, we were dreamers. Some of us entered Norsu carrying a big dream. Some entered with uncertainty, and some entered simply because we wanted to help our families have a better life. I came from a humble family. I did not grow up surrounded by everything I wanted. There were times when we had to think carefully about what we could afford. There were times when I had to choose between what I wanted and what my family needed. But my family taught me something that money could never buy. Dreams do not have to come from a rich family. Sometimes, the greatest dreams are born in the humblest homes. My dream became my reason to continue. And every time life became difficult, I reminded myself, I may come from a humble beginning, but my beginning does not have to determine my ending. To my fellow graduates, perhaps our dreams brought us here. And today, that dream is no longer just something we imagine. We are living proof that it was possible. The second letter is letter A. It stands for ally. Ally because every achievement has something we sacrifice our diploma, has a story behind it. Every successful student is a family who sacrificed, parents who worked, mothers and fathers who worried, families who gave what they could so that we could stay in school. There were times when we had to sacrifice sleep. We sacrificed weekends. We sacrificed opportunities to simply rest. Some of us traveled far just to attend classes. Some walked long distances. Some endured financial responsibilities at home. And some fought battles that nobody in the classroom ever knew about. But we keep going because we know that every sacrifices had a purpose. And perhaps the most beautiful thing about sacrifice is this. Someday, the things we sacrifice will become the things we are most thankful for. To our parents and families, to my mama and my papa, to our lolas and lolas, siblings, guardians, and everyone who supported us, this graduation is also yours. Our names may be our hearts. The second letter is letter D. It stands for determination. There were days when motivation disappeared. There were days when we asked ourselves if we were still capable. There were moments when failure made us feel like giving up. But we learned that success is not always about being motivated. Sometimes success is simply about continuing even when you are no longer motivated. There were days when I did not feel strong. There were days when I doubt myself. But I learned to tell myself, one more day, one more class, one more assignment, one more examination, one more step, until those little steps become a journey. And that journey brought us here. Graduates, remember this. You don't have to be the strongest person in the room. You just have to be determined enough to take the next step. The next letter is letter A. A stands for aral. We came to Norso not simply to earn a degree. We came here to learn. We learn from books, but importantly, we learn from life. We learn that failure is part of learning. We learn that mistakes do not automatically mean we are failures. We learn that asking for help is not weakness. And we learn that education is not something that ends when we receive our diploma. Because after today, the world becomes our classroom. There will be new lessons, new challenges, new people, new responsibilities, and perhaps some of the hardest examination of our lives will not come with multiple answers. But I believe we are ready. Because Norso did not only prepare us for a profession, it prepared us to become a better human beings. The another letter is letter Y. Y stands for Yaka. Because no one reaches the finish line alone. If you look back at your journey, you will realize that there were people who carried you when you feel tired. There were friends who listened to your problems, classmates who shared notes, professors who believe in you, parents who encourage you, and people who simply say, "Kaya niyo na." Sometimes, one sentence is enough to keep someone going. Today, let us remember those people. The people who stayed, the people who believed, the people who supported us even when we were not sure about ourselves. And if I could give everyone here one reminder today, it would be this. Never forget the people who helped you become the better person you are today. Because wherever life takes us, we should never become too successful to remember where we started. The another letter is O. O stands for oportunidad. Oportunidad, graduation is not the end. It is an opening, a door, a new chapter, a new challenges, a new opportunities. Tomorrow, some of us will look for jobs, some will continue studying, some will take professional examination, some will start businesses, some will enter classrooms, some will serve communities, and some may be still figuring out what comes out. And that is okay. We do not all have to arrive at the same destination at the same time. Life is not a race. Do not be discouraged when someone seems to be ahead of you. Your journey is your own. Your timeline is your own. Your story is your own. What matters is that when an opportunity comes, we have the courage to take it. And when a door closes, we have the courage to look for another one. The next letter, and this is the final letter, it is the letter N. N stands for nagpadayon. This is perhaps the most important part because everything we have talked about, pangandoy, alay, determinasyon, aral, yakap, oportunidad, will mean little if we stop moving forward. We must padayon. Even when life becomes difficult, even when plans do not work, even when we experience rejection, even when we fail, even when we are afraid, padayon. Because the person who continues moving forward, even slowly, is still moving toward the dream. Graduates of Norso Mabinay campus, today we wear our graduation gowns. Tomorrow, We may wear our uniforms, professional clothes, teacher's attire, corporate attire, or whatever clothing our chosen profession requires, but underneath all those clothes will always be the same person. The student who once dreamed of standing here, so when the future becomes difficult, remember this day. Remember the younger version of yourself who once said, "Someday I will graduate." And look at yourself now. You did. You survived the sleepless nights. You survived the difficult subjects. You survived the doubts. You survived the moments when you feel granted to quit or wanted to quit. And now, you are holding something that represents years of effort. Not just a diploma, but proof. Proof that you can endure. Proof that you can learn. Proof that you can rise, proof that humble beginnings can lead to extraordinary destinations. To my fellow graduates, maybe we came from different homes, maybe we experienced difficult struggles, maybe our families had different stories, maybe some of us had more resources than others, but today, we stand on the same stage of achievement, and I hope we'll never forget where we came from, because our humble beginnings are not something to be ashamed of. They are part of our strength. The hardship taught us resilience. The sacrifice taught us gratitude. The failures taught us humility. And the journey taught us courage. So when we finally achieve the things we once prayed for, may we remember the people who prayed with us. When we finally earn enough, may we remember the people who sacrificed for us. When we finally succeed, may we remember the days when success was only a dream. And when we finally reach the top, may we never look down on the people who are still climbing. Instead, may we extend our hands and say, "Come, kaya ni mo na, padayon." And to our beloved North Mabinay campus, thank you very much. Thank you for becoming part of our story. Thank you to our administrator, the deans, the faculty, and staff who guided us. Thank you to the professors who challenged us, correct us, and believe in our potential. And thank you to our parents and families who stood beside us through every chapter. Today, we celebrate because we were never alone. Graduates, as we live in this campus, we are not living empty-handed. We carry our knowledge, we carry our experiences, we carry the lessons, we carry the friendships, we carry our family sacrifices, and we carry the name of Norso wherever we go. So let us go into the world not only as graduates, but as people who are ready to serve, to lead, to inspire, and to make a difference. Let us prove that education can transform not only our lives, but also the lives of the people around us. And when life asks us, "What will you do now?" let our answer be simple. Padayon. When we fail, padayon. When we are rejected, padayon. When we are tired, padayon. When our dreams seem too far, padayon. When we finally succeed, padayon. Because our journey does not end today. Today is only another beginning. To the graduating class of 2026 to 2027, we came here as students. We struggled as students, we learned as students, we dream as students, but today, we live as graduates. And perhaps years from now, you will look back at this moment and realize that the struggles we once thought would break us were actually preparing us for the people we were meant to become. So walk forward with courage, dream without limits, serve with humility, carry your family with pride. And wherever life takes you, never forget Norso. Never forget Mabinay. Never forget the people who believe in you. And most importantly, never forget to padayon. Because sometimes the difference between a dream and an achievement is simply the courage to say, I will continue, I will try again, I will rise again, I will move forward, I will padayon. Congratulations, graduates! May your degrees open doors, may your knowledge create opportunities, may your sacrifice become blessings, may your dreams become reality, and may your journey inspires others to keep going. Padayon graduates of North Sumabinay Campus, padayon sa pangandoy, padayon sa kinabuhi, padayon sa serbisyo, padayon sa kaugmaon, and wherever our always have the courage to keep going forward. Daghang salamat, congratulations, and once again, padayon Norsonians. Mabuhay ang class of 2026 to 2027.